Hey y'all, Nico here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Nico. Today's video is yoga for the lunar eclipse or blood moon, which is supposed to take place from May 15th to 16th of 2022. So this video will be released around that time. This is supposed to be a great moon for purging, releasing, letting go, evolving, clarity, starting over. So we're going to be doing yoga poses that relate to letting go and releasing. So just make sure you listen to your body throughout the practice. If there are any poses that don't agree with you, feel free to come out of those poses. We're going to get started with a hand mudra that's supposed to help with letting go. It's called the Sepana mudra. So what we're going to do is interlace our fingers except for our index fingers. Our thumbs are folded over each other and our fingers are going to point down towards the feet. And we're actually going to start on our back today. So go ahead and come to your back, and once you get there, bring your hands into that mudra, the Sepana mudra. Again, interlacing your fingers, thumbs folded over each other, pointer fingers pointed down towards the feet. Just resting those hands in your lap. And let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Take another deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. And just come back to your natural breath, releasing any control over the breath. Just getting our body and minds relaxed and ready for a good yoga practice today. And take another inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Let's bend the knees and bring the feet flat on the ground. And bring them about the width of your mat. And we're just going to move our knees from side to side. Windshield wiper motions here. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Let's rock side to side a little bit. Then you'll make your way up to a seated position. If you want to, you can just rock yourself up when you're ready, or you can make your way up a little slower. And we'll come to a seat. And from here, extend both arms out in front, making sure you're in a comfortable seat, sitting nice and tall. We're going to cross right elbow on top of left elbow. And then we're going to interlace our fingers. So if this isn't comfortable for you, you can just extend your hands forward. But we're interlacing our fingers, crossing our arms over each other here. And we're going to inhale those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands, twist to the left. Left hand on the outside of right knee, right fingertips face the back wall, gaze comes over that shoulder. And take an inhale. Exhale back to center. This time we'll cross left elbow inside of right elbow. Interlace those fingers, lift those arms up. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the outside of left knee. Left fingertips face the back wall. Let your gaze follow. Good. Take an inhale. You can just extend your arms up regularly. Don't have to interlace them this time. But then once you get up there, go ahead and press your palms towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, reach straight forward in front of you. Walk your hands out. You can let your forehead come to the ground, letting that third eye bow down. Our third eye helps us to have clarity as well, clarity and understanding. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back up to a seated position. Let's make our way up to table with our knees underneath our hips and our hands underneath our shoulders. We'll rotate the eyes of the elbows forward and work into some cat-cow. So we'll take an inhale, flip the tailbone upward, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale, lift, arch the spine. Exhale, round, tuck the tailbone under. So you can move in and out of cat-cow or Marjariyasana and Bidalasana at your own pace. If you want to add some barrel rolls, feel free, or some organic movement, you can. Take a couple more breaths here. Good. And we'll take an inhale. Exhale, bring the big toes together, knees out wide. Come down to your child's pose, melting your chest down in between your shoulders. Let your forehead come down. Child's pose is a great resting pose. If at any time you need to rest, come down to your child's pose. Now let's walk our hands over to the right. You can even let the left hand stack on top of the right. Getting a side stretch on the left. And breathe into the left side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, walk those hands to the left. Right hand on top of left. Melt back down into your child's pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your body back to center. Bring your body up to a table position. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back. And you can pedal your feet out here. Now throughout this practice, we're going to be trying to practice letting go when it comes to asanas, and hopefully that can translate into real life for you. So we'll be doing some poses that may be challenging, but try to release your body into the pose. Try to relax. Try to let go of any fear that may be holding you back from getting into the pose while still being safe and taking care of your body. Now bring your gaze up in between your hands. Take an inhale, lift that right leg back. Exhale, step it up in between the hands. Stay up on that back toe if you can. We're going to extend the arms behind us with the palms facing upward and come to a high lunge, but leaning forward just a little bit. So just coming up about halfway, and extend those arms behind you. Again, palms rotating upward. Good. Now from here, we're going to sweep those arms up, come to a high lunge, straighten that front leg, rotate the back heel down, and extend those arms out wide. Take an inhale. Exhale. We're going to rotate this left hand down on the inside of the right foot for a revolved triangle. So if you need to bend your front knee to get there, that's perfectly fine. We're rotating that left hand, bringing it down to the ground. If you have a block, you can use that too. Right arm extends up towards the sky. Doing some twisting here. Another way to detox the body. Rid our body of things we don't need, releasing things we don't need. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift that left arm back again and bend into the front knee until you get to warrior two. Aligning this right knee over the ankle. Arms are extended out from the shoulders, and check the alignment of your arms here. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill those hands down on either side of the foot. Come to a plank position by stepping that right foot back. You can also modify down the knees. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way for chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, make your way back to down dog. That's an optional vinyasa. If you want to skip vinyasa, you can. Just take a couple breaths. Good. We'll extend that left leg back. Gaze up in between the hands. Inhale. Exhale, step that left foot up in between the hands, staying up on the back toe, and then coming up for our leaning lunge here. Palms are facing the sky. Then we'll sweep the arms up, lift the torso, coming to a high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, rotate that back heel down flat, straighten the front knee, bring the arms out wide. We're going to rotate this right hand down on the inside of the left foot. Again, if you need to bend that front knee, that's perfectly fine. Take an inhale. Exhale. Rotate that right hand down on the inside of the left foot. Left arm extends up towards the sky. Maybe your gaze can come up to that left hand. Take an inhale, bring those arms back out wide. Exhale, bend into the front knee, coming back into warrior two. Check the alignment of the arms. Inhale. Exhale, windmill those hands down on either side of the foot. Step that left foot back, come to plank. You can move through your vinyasa or skip it. You decide. Take some breaths here. Remember to come down to your knees if you need a break. Good. On our next breath, let's take an inhale. Extend that right leg back. Exhale, step it up in between the hands again. This time we're going to come down on that left knee. Sweep those arms up for a low lunge. You can keep that back toe tucked. Opening our hips a little bit. Releasing any emotions that may be held in our hips. Feel free to come down a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot. We're going to kick our left leg out perpendicular to our mat, just making a kickstand here as we come to a kneeling half moon pose. So this right leg steps back, left leg kicks out like a kickstand. We're going to extend that right arm up towards the sky, and you can stay just like this, or you can flex that back foot, lift it off the ground for a kneeling half moon pose. Kneeling Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower the foot down. We're going to extend both arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, let the right arm come down onto that right leg as that left arm extends up and over for gate pose. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Windmill those hands back down towards the front of your mat. We're going to keep this right leg extended back. Plant your right hand down on the inside of that left knee. And we're going to extend the left arm up towards the sky. Should feel a good stretch in the front of the right hip. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Step that left foot back, come to a plank. Move through your vinyasa or skip it. Coming back to down dog, take some breaths. Good. We'll do that on the other side. Take an inhale, extend that left leg back. Exhale, step it up in between the hands. Come down on the back knee. Sweep those arms up for Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Maybe come down a little bit deeper. Can you let go and release and open your hips a little more while still being safe? Inhale. Exhale. Bring those hands down on either side of the foot. Step this left foot back. Kick that right foot out perpendicular to your mat like a kickstand. And extend that left arm up towards the sky. Staying just like this or flexing that back foot, coming to kneeling half moon. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Extend both arms up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, left hand extends over left leg. Right arm extends up and over to the left. Good. Let's inhale back up. Windmilling those hands back towards the front of our mat. Keep that left leg extended back. We're going to extend the right arm up towards the sky. We're down on the right knee and left leg is extended back. Right arm is extending up towards the ceiling. Maybe your gaze follows. Inhale. Exhale, lower that right hand back down. Step that right foot back. You can move through your vinyasa or skip it. Meeting me back in down dog. Take some breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop down to those knees. Extend those arms out in front. Knees come out wide, big toes together, and melt down to your balasana or your child's pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your body back up to a table position, and then we'll come to Ustrasana or camel pose. So we'll come to a kneeling position. You can tuck those toes under to start, and I'll give you a couple options. Option one, you can just grab your elbows or bring your hands to your hips, pressing the hips forward, letting the elbows melt towards each other, or letting the elbows come towards each other and letting the head fall back. Or you can go ahead and bring the hands to the heels, pressing the hips forward until they're over the knees. Bring those shoulder blades towards each other. Let the head fall back. Good. Opening up that heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back up to a kneeling position safely. We'll come back to child's pose really quickly. Let those arms wrap around the legs. Forehead can come down to the ground. Let's do that a second time. So when you're ready, we'll come back up to a kneeling position. Either staying with the first modification, or you can bring the hands back to the heels. If you want a little more, you can bring the tops of the feet flat again to challenge yourself. And we'll lift the hands, come back towards the heels, press those hips over the knees, let the head fall back. Open the heart, opening up the front of the shoulders. Press the hips forward. Inhale. And come back up to a kneeling position and back down to a child's pose to counteract that back bending. Good. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, make your way back up to table, and then we'll come down to a seat. Extending those legs out in front. You can just shake those legs out a little bit. Make sure you're on those sits bones. And from here, we're going to bend into the right knee. Now from here, if you're able to, we're going to wrap the inside of the elbow around the leg. So the shoulder comes down on the inside of the right knee. That arm wraps around the right leg and behind. If that's not comfortable for you, don't worry about it. You can just rest your foot on the inside of the thigh or up into the hip and just reach for the left foot. But if you're feeling comfortable, wrap that arm around behind and reach for the left foot with the left hand, coming down to a half seated forward bend here, or a variation of seated forward bend. If you want to bring that left arm around and find a bind by grabbing the left wrist, you can. Inhale, exhale, float back up to a seated position. We're going to step the right leg over the left leg, extend that left arm up to the sky and twist to the right, bringing the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips face the back wall and let your gaze follow. You can stay just like this, or if you're feeling comfortable, go ahead and bend that bottom knee as well, only if that feels okay. Sitting nice and tall here. Take an inhale. Exhale, keep your legs in this position, either with that bottom leg extended or bent, either way. Both hands are going to come over to the right side and shift your weight over to the left side and shift your weight into that left hip. And we're just going to find some circles here, kind of massaging that hip a little bit. Good. We'll come back to center. Extend those legs back out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. This time bending at the left knee. So you can keep that left foot planted on the ground or tuck the foot into the hip or bring the bottom of the foot on the inside of the thigh. Right hand can reach for the right foot. You don't have to be able to touch the foot fully, just reach for the foot. And if you want a little more of this, left arm can come around that left leg as the right arm reaches for the right foot. You also have the option to reach around and find a bind, grabbing that right wrist. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your body back up to an upright position. Step the left foot over the right foot. Extend that right arm up towards the sky and twist to the left. Right elbow on the outside of left knee. Left fingertips face the back wall. You can keep this bottom leg extended or bend that bottom leg as you look over the shoulder. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down over to the right side and find some circles here. Massaging that hip, massaging the glutes. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. We are going to make our way down to our back. Scoot your hips close to your heels with your feet flat on the ground. And then roll down one vertebra at a time till you get down to your back. And we're going to let the knees fall out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle pose. So if this is really intense, just scoot your feet out until it feels a little less intense on your hips. And maybe you rest one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly while you rest here. Just adding some mindfulness so you can feel the breath. Keep breathing here. Can you release a little further? A couple more breaths. Okay, inhale. Exhale, bring those knees together gently and hug the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. And we'll come back to stillness, back to center. Squeeze everything in. Knees, chest, chin, curling to a tiny ball. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let those feet reach the corners of your mat. Well, you can stay laying down in your Shavasana, or you can come to a seated position, whichever is most comfortable for you. Feel free to use the Sepana Mudra again, interlacing your fingers, letting your index fingers extend and the index fingers point down towards the feet. And let's come back to those relaxing breaths we used earlier, taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Take a second deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Take one more deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. And come back to your natural breath. Letting go of any control over your breathing. And focusing in on the breath. Focusing in on the rise and fall of your chest and belly. On the temperature and the rhythm of your breath. And as you relax, I'll say some affirmations to you, and you can repeat them silently to yourself. I release all negativity, doubt, and fear. I let go of all expectations. I release my need for control. I am free. On your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Coming back into the space, back into the room. And if you're laying down, you can roll over onto your right side, using your arm as a pillow. Just taking a moment to reflect on your practice. Also to revisit any of those affirmations that may have resonated with you. And also taking a moment for self-gratitude. Thank yourself for doing something good for your mind and body today. When you're ready, you can come up to a comfortable seat. And together, my friends, we'll inhale the hands up above us, letting the hands meet. Exhale the hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me for this lunar eclipse practice. I hope you were able to get what you wanted out of this practice. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Also, don't forget to go down in the description box and check out the link about the membership. A lot of people have joined the membership. Could be beneficial to you if you're interested. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace and love.